Hello and welcome to the 8th episode of ServiceDesk Plus Cloud Masterclass for the year 2024. Today we are here to explore how you can elevate your IT service delivery processes for both your requesters and your technicians alike by integrating ServiceDesk Plus with your existing Microsoft suite of solutions. Let me introduce myself. I'm Bhuvneshwari and I'll be the trainer for today. With that, let me walk you through the agenda for today. First, we'll see how you can import users from your Azure Active Directory into your Service Desk Plus Cloud account, and then we'll see how you can also enable single sign on for those users. Then we'll see how you can run ticketing operations by integrating Service Desk Plus Cloud with Microsoft Teams and how you can take it one step further by leveraging generative AI capabilities with the all new Microsoft Copilot integration that is made available for Service Desk Plus Cloud. Then we'll move on to looking at how you can perform various ticket actions from within your Outlook mailbox and also how you can track and manage your technician availability by integrating Service Desk Plus with Outlook Calendar. Finally, we'll see how you can import asset information and manage endpoints by integrating Microsoft Intune with Service Desk Plus. Now, I'm excited to share you some of the details about our upcoming webinars. So there's one webinar where we'll be discussing about Service Desk Plus's integration with Endpoint Central. You can just scan the QR code that is available on the screen to register for the session. We also have another webinar that where we'll focus on the integration between Service Desk Plus and Manage Engine's ITOM solution. Again, you can scan the QR code that is available on your screen to register for the session. Without further ado, let's get started with how you can benefit from the different Microsoft integrations that are available for Service Desk Plus. As I mentioned earlier, first we'll discuss how you can import users from your Azure Active Directory into Service Desk Plus Cloud, and we'll also see how you can reduce the password related hassles by enabling single sign-on for those users. So let me switch to the product and show you how you can import users first. Right now, I'm logged in as the technician into Service Desk Plus Cloud. So to import users, you can get directed to the setup page by clicking on the cogwheel icon that is available on the top right corner. Now, once inside setup, under users and permissions, you have to navigate to the users section. Let me select requesters from the drop down and then click on import users. As you can see, I have been provided with an option to import users from Azure Active Directory. So once I click on import users right here, I'd be able to fetch the basic user details like the user's name and email ID from Azure Active Directory and import them into Service Desk Plus. Now, let's say you wish to fetch in additional details like the user's site or the department and many more. You can do so by enabling a couple of integrations within Service Desk Plus. So let me show you how you can enable those integrations. For that, let's get directed to the setup page again. And let me scroll down to find the apps and add-ons section. And under apps and add-ons, you can navigate to the integration section right here. Under third-party integrations, you can go ahead and enable the Microsoft Azure integration that is available here. So once you enable this integration, you'd be able to pull in details other than the user's name and email ID, like the user's site, their department, their job title, and their contact information, and a lot more. Now, let's say you'd wish to periodically sync the Azure Active Directory information into Service Desk Plus Cloud account. You can do so by enabling the Azure AD user sync right from here. So once you enable this integration, you'd be able to configure certain details right from here. So first thing that you can configure is the sync frequency. So you can set in the frequency at which the sync would happen between Azure Active Directory and Service Desk Plus. And you can also choose the action that has to be performed when users are deleted in your Azure Active Directory or when users are moved to trash in your Azure Active Directory. So you can choose to either do nothing about it, you can choose to revoke their login information, or you can also remove the user completely. Now, apart from this, you can also select what actions are to be performed when an user is deleted from Service Desk Plus. So you can also choose to resync the deleted users into your Service Desk Plus Cloud account. Now, this was about how you can periodically sync information from Azure AD into Service Desk Plus, so to ensure that you stay updated on all the information that is available on your Active Directory. Apart from this, we can also custom map fields from Service Desk Plus from Azure Active Directory into Service Desk Plus, and you can also enable dynamic addition of users into your Service Desk Plus Cloud account. So to enable dynamic addition, you can set in certain conditions right here. Let's say only if the user's account is enabled, only then their information would be imported into Service Desk Plus. Similarly, you can set different conditions to enable dynamic addition of users. So now that we saw how you can import users from your Azure Active Directory and also how you can pull in additional details from your Azure Active Directory by enabling this integration. And we also saw how you can periodically sync your user details from Azure Active Directory into Service Desk Plus and enable dynamic addition of users. Let's move on to enabling single sign-on for these users. So let me show you how single sign-on would work for users, and then let's see how that can be set up. Right now, I'm here in the Service Desk Plus login page, right? So here, an user would be providing their email address or mobile number, and then they provide their password to enter into their Service Desk Plus account, right? So with single sign-on enabled, users can use their existing Microsoft credentials to log into their Service Desk Plus account. This way, they need not remember two different sets of credentials to so, log into Service Desk Plus Cloud and their Microsoft suite of solutions. So let me show you how you can enable single sign-on. For that, let me get directed to the Azure portal. So inside Azure, let me click on Enterprise Applications right here. So the first thing that you have to do is add in Zoho as an application by clicking on New Application right here. Since I've added Zoho already, let me search for Zoho right from here and click on Zoho. Once inside the respective application, you can get started with setting up SAML authentication or enable single sign-on for your users. So here you can set up the basic details for your SAML configuration. You can generate your SAML authentication certificates, and you can also set up the login and logout URLs for your users. Now, once that is done, you can navigate to Service Desk Plus and carry these credentials onto your Service Desk Plus account to enable single sign-on for your users. So let me navigate to Service Desk Plus. Now, to set up SAML authentication or to enable single sign-on for your users in Service Desk Plus, you'd have to have org admin privileges in Service Desk Plus. So only then you'd be able to access the ESM directory and set up SAML configurations. So to now to access the ESM directory, you can click on the instances button that is available on the top left corner and then access the ESM directory right from the bottom. Once inside ESM directory, get navigated to the SAML authentication section right here. Now, there are two major prerequisites before you can configure SAML authentication. One is that you have to get at least one of your domains verified within Service Desk Plus. And number two is that you should have your users imported from Azure already before you start configuring SAML authentication. So once these prerequisites are set, you can go ahead and configure your SAML and enable single sign-on for your users. If you'd like to know more about getting your domains verified or know more about ESM configurations in general, you can revisit one of our previous episodes where we go into detail about how you can get started with ESM for your organization. Coming back to SAML configurations, you can carry over the login and logout URLs from your Azure portal, and you can also upload your SAML authentication certificate right here and then click on Save. This is how you can enable single sign-on for your end users so that they need not remember two different sets of credentials to log into their Service Desk Plus account and their Microsoft suite of solutions. Now let's go back to the deck and see what we have covered so far. So we saw how you can enable on for your end users. We also saw how you can first import users from your Azure Active Directory into ServiceDesk Plus. And then we saw how you can fetch additional details by enabling certain integrations. And we also saw how you can periodically sync Azure Active Directory information into ServiceDesk Plus and also enable dynamic addition of users by setting in certain conditions. Now, in the next segment, we'll be discussing about the Microsoft Teams integration with Service Desk Plus Cloud. So, I'm sure most of you are aware of Microsoft Teams as a communication and a collaboration tool, right? So, by integrating Microsoft Teams with a ticketing tool like Service Desk Plus, we will be essentially streamlining the flow of information between the two applications so that requesters would be able to create new requests or technicians would be able to carry out their everyday tasks with a tool that they use on a daily basis. So let me show you how this integration would work. But before that, let's go into Service Desk Plus and see how you can enable this integration. So now, right now, I'm in the Service Desk Plus setup page. Again, under apps and add-ons, I can navigate to the integration section. Here, I can go ahead and enable the Microsoft Teams integration right here. Once you have enabled this integration, let's move on to Microsoft Teams UI. The first thing that you would have to do in Microsoft Teams is that add Service Desk Plus as an application right here. So let me search for Service Desk Plus. Only if you add Service Desk Plus as an application, you'd be able to access the Service Desk Plus chatbot from within your chat window. Since I've added it already, let me navigate to the chat section. As you can see, I'm able to access the Service Desk Plus Cloud window right from here. These are the different tabs that are available for us. So the first tab, in the chat tab, you can give in different prompts to either create a ticket or view all your requests and do a whole lot more. And under the home tab, you'd be able to view the dashboards or your home page that is available in Service Desk Plus UI. So if you're logged in as the technician, you'd be able to view the dashboards, the scheduler and reminders section and so on. So if you're logged in as the end user in Service Desk Plus, you'd be able to access the self-service portal right from here. So under the request tab, you'd be able to access the whole of your request module that is available in Service Desk Plus right within your Teams chat window. As you can see, you can access all the different requests. You can filter the requests right from here. You can select certain requests and close them right from here and do a whole lot more. And under the solutions tab, you'd be able to browse through your knowledge base. You'd be able to add in different solution articles. You can also go ahead and approve of your solution articles right from within your Teams window. Now let me go into the chat section and show you how the prompts would work in Microsoft Teams. So let's assume that you are an end user who's working remotely and you've been assigned with an urgent task. Let's say once you are about to start with the task, you are facing issues with your VPN connection. So in that case, in a traditional setting, all that you would have to do is that log into your Service Desk Plus Cloud account, log into your self-service portal, and then choose the respective instance and then raise a ticket, fill in the required details, and then report the issue, right? Or in a different scenario, if your service desk already has a solution for all things related to VPN issues, you can go ahead and browse through the knowledge base and find an article that would help you in resolving the VPN issue and then get your issue resolved, right? But these tasks would take in a lot of time, and with an urgent task at hand, this isn't something that you can afford to lose, right? So in such cases, this integration would come in handy, wherein your end users can directly create or instantaneously create tickets right from within their Teams chat window. So let me show you how that can be done. So once you click on view prompts right here, you can go ahead and select the instance first. So since this is a VPN issue, we'd be selecting IT Service Desk as the instance. So once I given a prompt of select instance right here, I'd be listed with the different service desk that is available in my organization. So let me select IT help desk for my VPN issue. So once the instance has been set, let me go ahead and create a ticket for myself. So I'd say create request as a prompt and edit the subject to be VPN issue. Now, once I given the prompt, a ticket would be created right from within your Teams chat window. As you can see, this is an adaptive card that is made available to me. So a ticket that is called VPN issue has been created. Now this would also be reflected in your Service Desk Plus request module. We'll see whether it is being reflected or not in a while. But before that, let me show you the different actions that you can perform from within your Teams window. So you can add notes to your ticket, you can pick up the ticket to work on it, you can assign a technician to the ticket, or you can also close the ticket from within your Teams. And with the all new chat GPT integration that is made available for Service Desk Plus, you can distill down your ticket details into concise summaries by clicking on the summarize option right here. So let me just assign a technician right here and let's see if it is getting reflected within Service Desk Plus. So I would just assign John as the technician. Now let's head to Service Desk Plus and see if this ticket has been created in the first place, and then we'll see if a technician John has been assigned to this ticket. So let me navigate to the request module. Yes, as you can see, a ticket called VPN issue has been created and a technician has been assigned to the ticket. So this is how the Teams integration would work for Service Desk Plus. Apart from the chat window, you can also view your home tab, your request module and your solution module right here. And apart from creating different requests, you can also view all the requests that are pending for your actions. So let me give in a prompt, say view all requests, and I'd be listed with all the requests that require my attention. Now let's go back to the deck and see what we have covered so far. So we saw how you can perform different actions like creating new tickets or picking up or assigning technicians to tickets or adding notes or summarizing the tickets from within your Teams chat window. Then we saw how you can access your self-service portal if you have logged in as the end user, or access your dashboards and reminders or schedulers from within the Teams home tab. And then we saw how you can search for different solutions or create knowledge articles and approve of them right from within your Microsoft Teams window. In the next section, we'll discuss the integration between Microsoft Outlook and Service Desk Plus. With this integration, you'd be able to again create new tickets, assign technicians, or pick incoming tickets, and do a whole lot more. As the first step, we'll have to enable this integration from within Service Desk Plus. So let me head to Service Desk Plus. And under integrations, let me go ahead and enable Outlook integration. So actionable messages for Outlook. Once you enable this integration, let's go into Outlook mailbox. So let's say you've been assigned with a task, you'd be able to add comments to the task, or you can also close the task right from here. If you've been assigned with a request, you'd be able to add notes right from here or resolve the request. Or in a different scenario, you'd also be able to reply to the request and pick up the request for yourself. So this way, these actionable messages would be helpful for technicians to perform different actions right from within their mailbox. Apart from these actions, your technicians or your requesters can also approve or reject the request right from within Outlook mailbox. Now, these are the different elements that are available in the actionable message, right? So you can customize them from within Service Desk Plus. Let me show you how that can be done. So navigate to setup. Under automation, you can find the notification rules section. As you might already know, notification rules would trigger contextual notifications on different ticket events, right? So you can send in notifications as emails, you can send them as SMS or as push notifications. So once you've enabled the Outlook integration, you'd be able to customize the actionable messages that are available within your Outlook mailbox. So for that, let me go ahead and customize one of the email templates right here. So once I click on edit icon that is available next to this checkbox, I'd be able to access the actionable messages tab right from here. Here you can add in the details that are to be displayed on your actionable messages. You can use the dollar variable to pull in respective ticket details, and you can also view a preview of the actionable message card right from Service Desk Plus. Now, apart from this, in your Outlook mailbox, you can also convert your tickets or convert your emails into tickets automatically by using the Service Desk Plus add-in that is available right here. So once you click on the Service Desk Plus add-in right here, you'd be able to automatically convert emails into tickets. So all your ticket details would be populated automatically onto the ticket. So as you can see under the details tab, the various ticket information like the priority, category, and many more have been populated automatically. Apart from this, you can also edit, close, pick up, or assign this ticket to a different technician right from here. Now, apart from this specific ticket, you can also access your request queue right here. So you'd be able to set in different statuses for your request, or you'd be able to assign specific technicians to your request. You can also filter out the requests right from here or create new tickets from by clicking on the plus icon that is available right here. So once you click on create requests, you can go ahead and choose a respective template, add in the details for your ticket, and then create a ticket. So let me again create a ticket for VPN issue, add in the respective details, add in a name, and then click on create. So once I click on create, my ticket would be created from within Outlook, and you can access this ticket from within your Service Desk Plus request module. Apart from this, you can also edit, close, pick up, or assign technicians right here. So let me assign a technician and let's see if that is getting reflected within Service Desk Plus. So let me just select a technician and click assign. Now let's head back to Service Desk Plus and see if this ticket has been created and assigned to a specific technician. So again, directed to the request module. So let me refresh the screen once. As you can see, a request has been created. So for VPN issue and a technician has been assigned. So this way you can benefit from the Outlook integration that is available for Service Desk Plus. Now let's go back to the deck and see what we'll be covering next. So we saw how you can perform various actions from within Outlook and how you can customize the actionable message card that appears on your Outlook mailbox, and also how you can convert emails into tickets automatically and also perform actions within those tickets. In the next segment, we'll discuss how you can integrate your Service Desk Plus scheduler with Microsoft Calendar so to synchronize the various technician availability details between the two applications. So as an IT manager, you need to track your technician availability, and in case if a technician is unavailable, you have to delegate certain tasks to a different technician, right? So in such cases, this integration would come in handy. Let me show you how this works in action. So the first thing that you should do is that enable the integration. So again, under apps and add-ons, directing to the integration section, you can go ahead and enable the Office 365 calendar integration right from here. Once you have enabled the integration, let me go into my Outlook calendar and start adding in a leave request. So let me say calendar, And then let's say as a technician, I'd not be available on the 27th of September. So for that, I'd add in my leave record right here. So let me click on new event and add a title. All you have to do is have the all day toggle on and then add in casual leave as my this and add in the leave. So this would get reflected onto Service Desk Plus, and this leave information is something that it would sync bi-directionally. So let's go back into Service Desk Plus. Let me go into the Home tab, and under Scheduler, you'd be able to track all the leave requests that your technician has raised so far. So you can also track the leave requests right from the technician availability chart right here. So once you hover over the leaves, you'd be able to see that this leave entry has been synced from the Office 365 calendar. Now, again, if I add in a leave or a reminder from Service Desk Plus, I'd be able to sync it to my Microsoft Outlook calendar. So let me add in a leave right here. So let's say 27 September is casual leave. And then I'd also I'll also add in a reminder right here. So let me say delegate tasks and click on save. Now these information would be synced within Microsoft Outlook calendar. So let's go back to Outlook calendar and check if these information have been synced. So as you can see, for the 28th of September, both leave and reminder information have been synced. So one important thing is to note is that leave information syncs bidirectionally and reminder information is one way. So you can sync reminder information only from Service Desk Plus into your Microsoft Outlook calendar. Now let's go back to the deck. So we saw how you can sync leave information bidirectionally between Outlook calendar and Service Desk Plus scheduler. And we also saw how you can fetch the reminders that are available in Service Desk Plus into your Microsoft calendar. The next integration that we'll be looking at is the Microsoft Intune integration. So with this integration, you'll be able to manage your asset information. You can also track, manage, and sync your endpoints between Service Desk Plus Cloud and your Microsoft Intune account. So as the first thing, let me go ahead and enable the integration. So getting directed to setup, and under apps and add-ons, get directed to the integrations page and scroll down to find the Microsoft Intune integration. So once you enable the integration, you'd be able to configure certain details right here. So once you click on configure, you'd be able to set in the actions that are to be performed when an asset is removed from Intune. So you can do nothing about it, or you can modify the asset state, or you can delete the asset as a whole. Now let's say I'd like to modify the asset state. I can also set in the state right from here. And if you enable this button right here, you'd be able to sync user information from your Intune into your Service Desk Plus Cloud account. And you can also set in certain conditions for which the assets have to be imported into your Service Desk Plus Cloud account. Apart from this, you'd also be able to view the most recent sync information right from here, and you can also view the upcoming sync details right here. Now, if you wish to manually trigger the sync, you can also do that by clicking on Sync Now option right here. Now, once all the assets have been imported from your Microsoft Intune into Service Desk Plus Cloud account, they'd be reflected onto the Assets module. So let's navigate to the Assets module. And as you can see, this is an asset that has been added from Intune. And this logo that is available against the name would denote that this device has been imported from Intune. Now, once inside the asset, you'd be able to perform different Intune actions like delete, retire, wipe, and many more right from here. Now, let's go back to the deck and see what we've covered. So, we saw how you can enable integrations between Microsoft Intune and ServiceDesk Plus Cloud account to import asset information. We also saw how you can perform different Intune actions from within each of these assets. In the next segment, we'll be discussing the all new Microsoft Copilot integration that has been made available for Service Desk Plus, where you'll be able to leverage the generative AI capabilities from within Service Desk Plus Cloud. So this section will be covered by Rahul. So over to you, Rahul.
Thank you, Bhuvaneshwari. That was a sweet walkthrough. Good morning, everyone. I'm Rahul Pakre. I'm from the product management team, and we focus on platform integration and marketplace ecosystem. As Bhuvaneshwari mentioned, we have recently launched and went live with our most awaited integration with Copilot. But before we dive in, a couple of prerequisites. First, you'll have to make sure that your organization should have the enterprise Microsoft 365 Copilot account, which works with all the suites, which are Microsoft Team, Copilot Pages, and Outlook and PowerPoint. So based on your desired requirement, you can get in touch with Microsoft and enable the license for Microsoft 365 Copilot. Next would be make sure that you set with the enterprise plan edition for Service Desk Plus Cloud. Once we have all these things in place, as Bhuvaneshwari explained, also make sure that you have the Microsoft Teams integration enabled for your Service Desk Plus Cloud account. So this is the card inside integrations page, which specifies whether the integration is enabled or not. And last but not the least, if you head over to your MS Teams, once your organization has the Copilot, Microsoft 365 Copilot license, within Teams, you'll see a separate and dedicated space to talk to Copilot directly. And even in Microsoft Teams, you can confirm that you have the Service Desk Plus app connected successfully. And as Bhuvaneshwari mentioned, you can pretty much load the entire request module here. You can also access the knowledge base solution here. Now, going back to the chat section for Copilot, the last checkbox would be enabling the Service Desk plugin from the list. So here, all you just have to do is search for Service Desk Plus Cloud. Please don't mind the other options. This is our development account, so we have few local environment under test as well. But for end users, as I mentioned, we went recently live with this plugin for Copilot. You'll be able to see just one Service Desk Plus Cloud plugin. Just click on the toggle button and you'll be able to connect to Copilot via Service Desk Plus. So now, once we have successfully connected Service Desk Plus to Copilot inside MS Teams, we can start with basic prompts. So let's say that you want to know about your tickets. Now that we have authenticated MS Teams and Copilot with the Service Desk Plus Cloud account, based on the prompt, it will get contextual information from Service Desk Plus. So let's try a basic prompt. We can absolutely use natural language prompts because Copilot is backed up by the LLM ChatGPT 4.0. So let's try to see all open tickets. So as we have enabled multiple plugins, we'll have to mention that we want tickets from Service Desk Plus. So at times it does not recognize the prompt. Let's try a different statement. So here it's trying to reach Service Desk Plus. Somehow it tries to correct the statement or the prompt. But now you can see it successfully understood that we are trying to fetch information from Service Desk Plus Cloud. So for our initial launch, we have trained Copilot on service desk entities specific to incident and service management. So currently, it will only understand what is request management. It will understand what is incident management, and it will understand what is service management. So based on your innovative prompts, you can fetch information from request module. As I said, we'll start with the basics. So this prompt will list you all tickets from Service Desk Plus. Maybe we can click on stop generating because it might take longer to list all the tickets. So here, if you may see, we have got few tickets from my Service Desk instance. And the best part is if I hover the mouse on these tickets, uh, one second. Yeah. Yeah. So the best part is if you hover the mouse on these tickets, if you may see, you get the same adaptive card which we have inside MS Teams. So the best part about adaptive cards is it flows across the entire Microsoft ecosystem. You'll have the same adaptive card inside MS Teams. You'll have the same adaptive card inside Copilot and same adaptive card in Outlook email. If at all you're using Microsoft Loop for collaboration, you'll see the same adaptive card there. And based on what changes we make here, as Bhuvaneshwari showcased, it will be reflecting in Service Desk Plus Cloud. So here you have an option, or based on the response, you have an option to either add notes to any of these tickets which you see here. So if you may see, each response, each ticket will have a citation. If you hover the mouse, you get a stage view for the adaptive card. And here you can perform actions like add notes, pick up the ticket, assign to a different technician, or close the ticket. Now, as I mentioned, it authenticates your Service Desk Plus Cloud account based on Microsoft Teams login. Imagine a user using this prompt. So if a user says that list me all tickets from Service Desk Plus, it will only list tickets which are associated to that particular user. And as a user, they'll only have an option to either add notes or close that particular ticket, if at all we have that privilege given to the user inside MS Teams. So that is also an added advantage based on who is logged into MS Teams, based on who is using Copilot, and based on who is giving those prompts. These action buttons will differ in the adaptive card. So let's try a few complex prompts. I have few already which works like a charm. Let's try. Okay. Yes, so if you may see, this prompt says that list me tickets from Service Desk Plus for which the created and the assigned person are the same. So generally to perform this action or perform this filter in Service Desk Plus, it might take a couple of minutes wherein you will go to the request filter, you will filter the technician name, you will filter the requester name. But with Copilot, you can perform these complex filters within seconds. So here, if you may see, it immediately fetched information from Service Desk. We'll try once again. It picked up task from a different module. So we'll just try a different prompt. So as I mentioned, it will talk to the request module. So because we have other plugins enabled, Copilot is picking up other task modules as well. So let's try to rephrase the particular prompt. Let's be specific with the name. So here I'm mentioning that list me tickets from Service Desk Plus created by John and assigned for Sam or assigned to Sam. So let's correct the statement. And feel free to make grammatical mistakes or spelling mistakes. Copilot will, if you may see, the Copilot is regenerating the prompt with the correct grammar, sentence construction, and spelling mistakes. So here, if you may see, within seconds, a complex filter was performed, and it starts generating the list of tickets for which the the person who created the ticket and the person for which the create is assigned to is the same. So basically, the requester and the technician for that particular ticket is the same, and we get the same UI. We get the same stage view. If I hover the mouse, I get the adaptive card to perform more actions based on what I want for this particular ticket. So if you may see, each response will have the citation. You can hover the mouse and perform desired actions. Now, once it's stopped generating the response, uh, make sure to give like and dislike to the particular response, because that is how the Copilot engine, the LLM, is trained on. Basically, these thumbs up are nothing but a reward for the particular algorithm, so that it understands that this was the right response from the for the prompt which was provided by the user, and eventually it gets accurate with the responses rather than talking to a different application which is plugged in the list of integration here. And you also have an option to click on the hyperlink, which directs you to that particular ticket in ServiceDesk Plus. Now, as I mentioned, this is basically a conversational bot. It understands natural language. You can be contextual in your conversation while chatting with Copilot. So, based on the previous response, I can ask Copilot to give me the same response in a different format. So, let's try this. So I'm asking Copilot the same information in a table format. There you go. Within seconds, you have the same information in a table format where you have ticket ID, title, creation time, status, priority in a row, and then you have the corresponding information. Now you can also continue the conversation. As I said, it will be contextual. Imagine you want to send this information to your reporting manager. You can just say that help me draft an email to my boss with the above table. So it will give you a template with the same table. All you have to do is just click on copy, head over to your Outlook, and just click on send. So yes, as I mentioned, you can get innovative with your prompts. Make sure to give it a try. As I mentioned, we recently went live with it.
Thank you, Rahul. Now, let's do a quick recap of all the things that we have covered in today's session. We first saw how you can import users from your Microsoft Azure Active Directory into Service Desk Plus Cloud account, and we also saw how you can enable single sign on for your users. Then we saw how you can integrate Microsoft Teams with Service Desk Plus Cloud to perform different actions, and we also saw how you can take it one step further by leveraging generative AI capabilities with the all new Microsoft Copilot integration that is made available for Service Desk Plus. Then we saw how you can integrate Service Desk Plus with Microsoft Outlook so that all your users can perform different actions right from within their mailbox. And we also saw how you can convert incoming emails automatically into tickets. And then we saw how you can manage your technician availability and sync their leave information between Service Desk Plus and Outlook Calendar. Finally, we saw how you can import asset information from Microsoft Intune, and we also saw how you can perform various Intune actions from within Service Desk Plus Cloud. To learn more about the product, you can refer to our admin guide. And to be aware of the new release features, you can refer to our release notes. And to get access to our previous episodes, you can watch our YouTube channel. And To post in your feedback, you can write to us at hello@servicedeskplus.com. Thank you for joining in today's session. I hope it was a useful one. Thanks again.